Tonight, how NASA is collaborating with two big Indiana names to reach for the stars, what they're doing to prepare for the solar eclipse.
And Biden returns classified documents, but avoids prosecution. We have the details.
Then why polling in Wisconsin is calling Biden and Trump deadlocked in a potential race. What this means for the 2024 presidential election.
Plus, why some say Big Pharma is in the hot seat for raising drug prices. How negotiations are going.
We had spring-like conditions today, and they'll stick around for tomorrow, but don't count winter out just yet. There's some changes on the way. I'll tell you when, coming up.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Thanks for joining us at 9. I'm Grace Benkowski.
And I'm Dima Robinson. Curious to learn about space, the astronauts that have been there, and the science behind the upcoming total solar eclipse? Well, on April 8th, Indiana Motor Speedway will be hosting a collaboration with NASA and Purdue University for a total solar eclipse event. With the excitement of being in the region of the totality, these three organizations want to take the opportunity to find and share the science and spark those interested. NASA will be providing opportunities to meet astronauts and STEM education programs for children. Purdue will be offering a special live podcast episode featuring a full panel of astronauts, as well as hands-on learning exhibits. On a Zoom call today, they shared that the main goal of the activities is to introduce the passion of science and show how they too can pursue a career in the field.
When you put Indy 500 together with NASA, together with Purdue University to symbolize speed, symbolize learning, and symbolize the undying human spirit of exploration.
NASA will begin the live streaming at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. They estimate about 25,000 attendees will be present on April 8th.
And you're kind of bringing that weather back down to earth a
Yeah,
little
I know.
bit. It was nice today.
Yeah.
Definitely spring-like, and if you didn't get out today, I definitely suggest tomorrow, because I think it might be sticking around.
Okay. Hope?
Yeah, guys. Today was quite pleasant, actually April-like temperatures. And I would like to mention just 2 months away until that solar eclipse. I know it's been on my calendar for a couple years now. I am so excited for it. Even more excited for these warm temperatures too. Still mild right now, 56 degrees here in Muncie. We do have a few passing showers throughout the area, but we do have a lot of dry air at the surface, so not a lot of that water is making its way to the surface quite yet. But we have a bigger system off to the west that will be pushing into the area Friday night. But bigger story comes on Monday as we could see some snow in the forecast. I'll have the details coming up in my full weather forecast.
Thanks, Hope. In your national headlines, President Biden will not face charges for keeping some classified documents at his Delaware home once he left office. Special counsel Robert Hur's report concludes President Joe Biden willfully retained and disclosed classified national security information, which included classified documents and personal notebooks he kept from his days as vice president under the Obama administration. The case shares some similarities with the classified documents former President Donald Trump kept at Mar-a-Lago, but one key difference made Hur decide Biden should not be prosecuted. And that's because Biden believed he was allowed to keep the documents and turn them over to investigators when asked. Convicting him would require proof he intended to break the law. Biden declined to assert privilege over any part of the report. It will now be submitted to Congress.
And recent polling in Wisconsin shows that President Biden and former President Trump are deadlocked, a hypothetical race for the White House. According to the Marquette University Law School poll, Biden and Trump are tied at 49% among registered voters in the battleground state. 2% said that they are undecided, but polling shows that Biden wouldn't fare as well as he were to face against Haley Nikki on the ballot. The former United Nations ambassador led Biden by 16 percentage points in the Marquette poll. Amongst the Republican candidates for President Trump, received 64% on the GOP voters polled. Haley received 22%. Wisconsin is one of the handful of battleground states that will decide the next presidential election.
And 3 CEOs representing Big Pharma are in the hot seat over high drug prices today on Capitol Hill. The heads of Johnson & Johnson, Merrick, and Bristol-Myers Squibb defended their reasons on why Americans pay more for prescriptions than about any other country on the planet. Laura Aguirre has more on today's hearing, which got off to a contentious start.
How could your companies charge us, in some cases, 10 times more than they charge Canadians or people around the world for the same drug. How do they get away with this?
That set the tone for Thursday's Senate committee hearing with CEOs from 3 of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies.
Our first responsibility is to the patients.
We're eager to find solutions to these access and affordability challenges.
Several lawmakers questioned just how eager, pointing to examples like Johnson & Johnson's arthritis drug Stelara. In Canada, the UK, Japan, and France, the list price for a 1-year supply is $20,000 or less. In the U.S., same drug, $79,000 a year.
I agree with you that the prices in the U.S. Are generally higher for medicines.
Eliquis by Bristol-Myers Squibb, a leading blood thinner that reduces the risk of stroke, is priced at $7,100 a year in the U.S. In several other countries, it's less than $1,000.
The real difference is that in the U.S., patients get access to therapy, life-saving therapy, years before they do in the countries that you mentioned.
We have priced Eliquis in the U.S., in our estimation, consistent with the value it brings.
These drugs and many others are currently on a list of prices Medicare and drug makers will be negotiating under the Inflation Reduction Act. But one thing was clear at the hearing. The pricing debate will continue on, and for now, many Americans will struggle to afford the medicine they need. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
With big dreams, find out how his track sets him apart.
Plus, another star makes their mark on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Stay with us.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life's lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Welcome back. Local 5th grader Javante Brown is turning rhymes into raps. NewsLink Indiana's Ter Konieczny has more.
If I were going to describe Javante in 3 words, I would probably give him creative, a natural leader, and resourceful.
Javante Brown is no ordinary 5th grader. When he's not tackling his schoolwork, he's writing and producing his own raps.
You could put like your life in the music, you could put your life in the song, you could put what you think, and I just like rhyming, you know.
His determination and creativity has caught the attention of his peers and the community. Going by Little JJ, his rap performances at the Muncie Mayor's Arts Awards and the Muncie Juneteenth celebration have only made him more focused on making it big into the music scene.
You want to know how other places feel, how big it is. And yeah, I just want to move my whole family from out of here.
Javante frequently goes to the Ross Community Center after school to shoot some hoops. They say the growth they have seen in him as a young man is special.
He might have some cards stacked against him, and I think that's where the natural kind of leader and motivation part of him shines through, where he's like, I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm going to go out and I'm going to work and I'm going to kind of climb my way out of this.
Not only does little JJ like to rap, he also has discovered his entrepreneurial spirit by juggling side hustles year-round to provide for himself, like cutting hair, mowing lawns, and shoveling snow.
Just put in the practice, put in the time, put in the work, all that.
In the future, Javante hopes to make it out of Muncie and go to a big city to pursue his rap career and cut other hip-hop artists' hair. In Muncie, Tara Konieczny, NewsLink, Indiana.
Lil JJ is now working with the Common Market in Muncie to keep producing his music. Hollywood honored one of its own today as actor Mark Ruffalo got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The event was a who's who of the business, with Jennifer Gardner paying tribute to her co-star from 2004's 13 Going on 30. Ruffalo is perhaps best known as the Incredible Hulk for his work in the Avengers series of Marvel films. 56-year-old Ruffalo's star is still shining bright in Tinseltown. He's up for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in Poor Things.
Well, there's a little bit of everything for everyone coming up after the break. I'll be timing some snow chances possibly on Monday, along with a spring-like day tomorrow, coming up after the break.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new, and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm missing this. Okay, Grandma. I see you.
Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you, your community, and loved ones protected. Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Welcome back. I'm Chief Weather Forecaster Hope Kleitch. Now, it was a gorgeous day outside. We actually broke the record high for today. 62 degrees was recorded at the Muncie Airport. Previous record was 56 set back in 2015. But to put it in perspective, we should be only seeing highs around 38 degrees. So it's been feeling more like April than it has been feeling like February. Those temperatures out the door right now are still on the mild side, sitting at 56 degrees here in Muncie, 57 in Indianapolis, still 60 degrees down there in Terre Haute, so it is quite the lovely evening to get outside. We had a few passing showers earlier today, but right now we are on the dry side out the door, clear skies as well. But the bigger picture is this low pressure system sitting up in Minnesota, and eventually it will be bringing us another cold front throughout the night, Friday night into early Saturday morning. Now, timing that out for you, you see here we just have some passing clouds throughout the day on Friday. Now, I think this model is overplaying the cloud cover just a little bit, as I think we'll be seeing some more sunshine than what it's displaying. Scattered showers start to develop late Friday night going into early Saturday morning, seeing some widespread rain showers around 7 a.m. Saturday, but they do quickly move out of the area, clearing up for your afternoon on Saturday. but we do have a bigger picture coming in on Monday. Now let's take a look at this. You see here Monday early morning, just a few clouds, but look at this. As we push into late Friday afternoon into the evening hours, we could see some snow showers in the mix. Now this is all dependent on when this low sets up. Right now these models are showing the low in Kentucky. Now if it stays that far south, we will see those snow showers and we could even see some ice with that. But even if it moves up just a little bit northward, that's when we'll just see some rain with this system. So it's going to really depend on where that low starts to set up. But right now models showing some snow showers throughout most of central Indiana, and those do stick around throughout quite a while Monday night and into early Tuesday morning. See here at midnight, still some snow showers, but those quickly do move out of the area, leading to a clear day on Tuesday. For tonight, though, again, we are mild and we will remain relatively dry. Just maybe a few isolated showers throughout the area. 50 degrees, breezy conditions, though, gusting up to 35 miles per hour at times. So looking at your day tomorrow, a gorgeous day to get outside, so definitely take advantage of that. 51 degrees at 8 a.m., so maybe just even that light jacket headed out the door. 59 by your new time hour, and then 61 degrees by 5 p.m. But we do have to take into account those breezy conditions gusting up to 25 miles per hour at times. Looking at your raw 7-day forecast, there's a little bit of everything for everyone in this 7-day forecast. Spring-like conditions for your day tomorrow before Old Man Winter comes knocking on our front porch again. 38 degrees for the high on Monday with those snow showers in the picture, but we do start to clear up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with those temperatures residing back down into the 40s. So I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow when we have those 60-degree temperatures again.
I'm going to savor it a lot because, you know, you said he's knocking on the door. I really don't want to let him in, but
oh, I know.
It's too good to be true, honestly. I like that it's kind of warmer. You know, we're, like you said, feeling April, right now in February, which is great, record high, but I hate snow.
I agree.
Me too.
I
Really
saw
do
on
difficult.
Twitter they have that post of like the Midwest and you're like in full spring right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're
That's
always,
exactly
it's
what we're on.
Indiana,
Like
so
8 different
Absolutely.
sets
we'll
of
go from
like,
60s
seasons.
to 40s.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so crazy here, but you know, I'm enjoying the 60s, so
Yeah.
good to hear. Thanks so much, Hope. There's plenty more to get on to NewsLink Indiana tonight. Bryce has a preview of what's next in sports for us. Bryce?
One Ball State squad season is on the horizon, and a big game has super significance to Ball State. Find out why next in sports.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
¿Qué color? Perfecto, amigo.
Gracias. Thank you.
What's wrong, mijo?
Donating to a pet's medical care is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows. Ooh. My lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Bryce Dimsevich with sports. Delta girls swimming dominated their sectionals last weekend, sending 8 swimmers to the state finals. NewsLink Indiana's Aiden Regal caught up with a squad that's been years in the making.
Laura Siebel Caudell was Ball State women's swim and dive head coach
for 33 years before joining Delta in 2011. But she has never been more proud of a team than this year. In 2024, she made a new addition to the coaching staff she doesn't regret. Her former swimmer for the Cardinals, Allison Jackson.
That's the best decision I ever made. It's the best thing I ever did. Our coaching staff is the best I've ever had out here. The best ever. I mean, we think a lot alike. We do a lot alike together. I mean, hey, I taught her everything I know.
While the two are a dynamic duo, Coach Jackson remembers the lighthearted coach a little differently than most.
She's a lot nicer now than she used to be. I think age has calmed her a little bit.
It isn't just the coaches that love the new addition. The swimmers do too, especially Coach Jackson's daughters Annie and Olivia, who are competing in multiple events this weekend.
They both have their different qualities and when they work together, they really come to make a really good duo to help all of us grow and stuff like that.
And the Eagles have soared, winning 11 of the 12 events in last weekend's sectionals. But these girls are no stranger to the big moment.
They've done it for a long time. They know what to expect. They've swam at the age group state level, so they know how to get themselves up for a meet.
Delta heads to Indianapolis for the state finals tomorrow, hoping to take home all the gold. In Muncie, Aiden Regal, NewsLink, Indiana.
To pass it over to the court, Ball State women's basketball travels to Northern Illinois University to face off against the Huskies last night. After an off night from the field and the free throw line, the Huskies snapped the Cardinals' 14-game win streak in a 76-71 loss. This matchup ends in overtime with the Cardinals shooting 2 for 7 from the field and 3 for 6 from the line, compared to the Huskies' 2 for 2 from the field and 8 for 10 from the line. The Cards fall to 20-3 on the season and 10-1 in conference play. They'll be back in action Sunday at home against JMU, where tip-off is set for 2 p.m. Pitching things over to Ball State women's softball, the Cards are gearing up for yet another season back in the Diamond. NewsLink Indiana's Jackie Madden gives us an up-close look as the Cardinals get swinging.
At Ball State University, the women are dominating in sports, and BSU softball look to continue this stride at the start of the 2024 season tomorrow. Coming off a middle-of-the-road season last year with some new pickups and coaching staff, the squad looks to win it all this year. Starting infield, Haley Wynn speaks on just how important the girls are to each other.
The best thing about this team this year is just the people. These people are so special to me, and these are some of my best friends. I would literally ride or die with them.
Starting utility, Jasmine Armendariz speaks on her thoughts about the team and how the new coaching staff impacts them all.
I think a lot of the way I feel about this team and my teammates have been instilled in me, not only from past coaches, past teammates, but this coaching staff has already had a pretty big impact on me and the rest of the girls.
The Cards look to hit it at the MAC tournament once again in hopes of bringing it home this year. Haley Wynn speaks on her favorite memory so far with the team and their hopes at another chance.
My favorite memory was actually going to the MAC tournament last year. That was the first time I've done it since I've been here. It's something that you don't forget. You just get a little bit different adrenaline, a little bit different excitement and vibes that go on.
The Cardinals step up to the plate for their first game of the season tomorrow, February 9th in Jacksonville against James Madison. The Cards look to build momentum and knock the River City Classic out of the park. In Muncie, Jackie Madden, NewsLink, Indiana.
To toss it over to the gridiron, the biggest annual event in American sports is almost upon us, as the Chiefs and the 49ers prepare for Super Bowl 58. But this year's Super Bowl means a bit more to Muncie. This will be the first time that two former Cardinal football players will be lining up across from one another on the field. Former star wideout Willie Snead will suit up for the San Francisco 49ers, and 2022 standout Nick Jones will take the field for Kansas City. Both former Cardinals will look to do their part to help their franchise raise the Lombardi Trophy this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. in Las Vegas. Now, this is a national holiday to me. It's the Super Bowl. It's a great weekend, something to look forward to. Who's your favorite coming out of this game?
Well, before I tell you my favorite, I'm going to tell you that either way it goes, we're coming out on top. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
But I have to go with the 49ers, of course. I mean, come on. I love Patrick, but Brock Purdy.
I got you.
love Brock
You know, Grace, we know how much you love football.
I know.
So who would you choose in
Yeah.
this matchup here?
I was told to choose the Chiefs, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I don't know. I don't like that answer. I don't know how I feel about that.
You know, the Super Bowl is a time where we can get together with friends and family. Do y'all have any plans coming up over the weekend as well?
I'm probably just gonna kick with some friends and watch it. You know, I was gonna go back home. I'll probably go up to Michigan to see my dad, but you know, I'm probably just gonna stay with my friends and watch it. Probably eat some pizza. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's great.
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I've got some great time coming up with my family that I usually don't get to see. You know, being here at Ball State is a lot of fun, but getting to go home and spend time with them, it's always good too.
Absolutely, and like you said, it's a national holiday for some, so I hope you two both enjoy it very much as it comes up this Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Bryce. Coming up, Evan Schatz has your campus coverage.
And then one final look at your weather forecast with Hope.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Evan Schatz, and this is your campus coverage. Ball State is preparing to open the curtains on what should be a mysterious story. The Unexpected Guest, written by British playwright Agatha Christie, follows a stranger seeking refuge in a nearby home, only to find a murder scene instead. The play, being set in England, brings many unfamiliar concepts and ideas. Director Karen Kessler reveals one challenge actors encounter when understanding the plot.
Whenever you're doing something that's kind of outside of the norm for them, there's a process of not just teaching them the play, but teaching them what that means and how we fit and how we play that style and how we do all of that.
And while Kessler says that the show is not a huge spectacle like Broadway, she hopes to leave audiences guessing and on the edge of their seats. To purchase tickets, go to Cecil Concert Hall or go to www.tickets.com.
Let's get one final look at weather.
Yes, spring-like feel is back in store for your day tomorrow, 61 degrees. Clouds and sun throughout the day, but by Friday evening is when those clouds start to really build ahead of our next system that will impact the area Friday night into Saturday morning. Seeing a few scattered showers throughout them, but it shouldn't be anything too impactful. Saturday temperatures drop down just a little bit, 52 degrees, but look at that low for Saturday night. 29 degrees, so going back below freezing for the first time in actually quite some time. Sunday looking like a pretty pleasant day, mostly sunny skies, 43 degrees with that low of 30 degrees. Monday though, that's when our next big impactful system hits the area. Could see some snow showers with that system.
All right, like we were saying earlier, I cannot be sad that it's passing. I just have to be happy that we got those temperatures while we had them.
I mean, we have one more day tomorrow,
Yeah.
I think. You know, I'm going to actually walk to my class instead of taking the bus. I'm
Yes.
just going to go ahead and just enjoy the scenery of the campus.
Absolutely.
Maybe, but, you know.
For sure, and we hope you guys enjoy it too. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune into our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, tomorrow morning at 8.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.